the fight must go on, rain or shine, unless the lightning strike, okay? I'm Go Meng Seng. I've been in activism and politics for quite a long time, about coming to 20 years now. So, before I actually step into this PMD issue, walking into the dialogue of Dr. Lam Pim Min, right? I actually wasn't that keen. As a politician, we always do political calculation. How many votes can we get? How many votes will we lose? We stand up for this election, this issue. Now, Minister Shanmugam actually did a very good presentation, if you notice. He says that, okay, you have 100,000 PMD users, but I have 3.2 million voters outside who are against it, who want the ban. That's why they ban it. In simple terms, it's political. It's political in the sense that they did their calculations. They will please everyone except the PMD users. And they wanted to get the votes. This is what we call populist. A government who is populist, who are not doing things with reasons, with good reasons, good planning. And it's a knee-jerk effect because they are deaf due to PMDs, which is actually not new, but election is coming, you know, so cannot make people angry because PMD is causing problems. And that's why they ban it in a very rash way. Hush, hush. Now, I hesitated to step up initially because I myself is quite annoyed by some PMD users, frankly speaking, my family also, my party members also. Right? We have a very big argument, we have a very big discussion. We are among ourselves. Because they are very inconsiderate users, PMDs users. We know the problems. And sometimes they are nearly accidents. Just 2 days ago, I just saw one PMD riders, delivery riders, speeding on the road, and worse, breaching traffic regulations, beat the red lights. It is very dangerous. And it does no good for our movement that we want the government to uplift the ban. Because it gives a very bad name for PMD riders. So for all of you out here who have come, and for those who are watching the videos, my urge to you, be a responsible user. Be a considerate user, because you are sharing resources in this small little tiny island. Say please, excuse me, thank you, have a good day. It doesn't cost anything, words, but it helps your cause. Let people empathize with you. Understand that you are not really troublemakers. You just want to earn your living or make convenience out of a PMD. So please, for the PMD users, if you want to gain the understanding of the 3 million voters out there, the empathy, the understanding why you are using it, right? And eventually sympathize with your use, your situation, and go back to the ministers, the MPs, the PMPs, and tell them, look, we are okay to uplift the ban, but do something about it. This I will touch on later, how to deal with the PMD issues, which the PAP government has actually neglected for the past 6 years. This PMD thing is not new. It has been here for past 6 years. But the new generation of ministers, they do not know how to deal with new technology, new technological products that is actually potentially very beneficial to all of us as a society. I'll list out the benefits. Now, the main reason I came out ultimately is when I saw a lot of PMD riders, delivery riders went to MPS to show their concern. And I happen to know most of them are from what we call socially disadvantaged and socially underprivileged people who need this job for whatever reasons. It might be family reasons. They have elderly to take care of at home. They cannot work too far away from the family. Or they have children at home they have to take care of. They must work within the parameters of their home housing estate. Or they have medical, physical conditions that they cannot find a proper jobs. Right? There are many reasons. And I can tell you, I come from a very poor family. I think even poorer than most of the PMD riders here. 10 of us squeezed in a one-bedroom rental flat in Toa Payoh. And I was an illegal street hawker at the age of 5 until 12. And I understand what is hardship, hunger, and the anxiety that comes with it when you start to lose your job, the means of earning your dough. And I said, heck it. Forget about the political calculations. If anybody down here or the PAP ministers try to say that I'm trying to score a political point, they must be stupid. I'm not stupid. I will not get any political points. But spare a thought. These are your fellow Singaporeans. Many of them are being phased out of the job market because of the liberal labor law we have. The foreigners are in. Many of them cannot find a suitable jobs to cope with their conditions. But food delivery services suits their needs. Free timing, on time, on target. Liberal conditions, they can always go back to take care of their family. They can always go back to take care of family, especially we are aging population. I have a mother who has dementia. I believe many of you have it. You have to take care of the family. They cannot take up full-time job. And this food delivery, with the help of this PMD, actually provides them a very good income, a very low-level skill barrier, which they can come in and earn $2,000, $3,000. And I can tell you, I did a rough calculation for 7,000 people who are using PMD to do food delivery. The amount of money involved in this industry is at least $250 million per year. This is what I call dollar and cents to the economy. And it's not just about this dollar and cents. If you compare 250 million to the 500 billion of the dollars of GDP we have each year, it's actually peanuts. But look at it the other way. Will PAP government willing to come up with $250 billion to give all these people to solve the social problems of not finding jobs? Were they? No. Definitely no. So it's part of a puzzle, part of reason, solutions, the technology solutions to solve a certain social problems. Minimize our social problems, minimize our social needs as a country. And this is another dimension of the PMD, a new technology that brings benefits to our society. Right? The second thing, I got a lot of feedbacks from a lot of people for the week. Young family with kids. The parents, the mothers wrote to me. He says that we cannot afford cars. We can not even afford domestic helpers, the maids. Right? We have to take care of our young children. And bus fare, the school bus is too expensive. And what do you want them to do? PMD provides a very cheap means of transport for them to bring their kids to school and back to school. These are middle lower income group which are struggling with their families. And on top of that, off the school hours, they can do part-time as a food delivery. And that's how they earn the money to help the family to go on. And this was what my mother did as a street hawker, illegal street hawker. That's why my father have a taxi driver license. But it's not enough. There's 10 of us. So the wife would, like my mother, would try to earn a second income. That's how we survive. And I empathize with these middle lower income people. That's how they survive. They cannot afford even a motorcycle. Because you have COE, you have parking fees, you have ERP. Right? But PMD gives them the means to take care of their children as well as their income. This is another aspect of a social benefits of a PMD. So before, this is my words to all the Singaporeans out there who are not using the PMDs. Before you deride the PMD riders, before you agree to the ban, think. I don't expect everybody to have that type of empathy because you do not know hardship. But think. A new technology, a cheap alternatives that can bring so much benefits to the middle and lower income, which ultimately solve a lot of social problems of the society. Or else, as a taxpayer, you are going to pay more tax to take care of these people. Do you want that? So, after the considerations, I say, heck it. Political cause or not, I stood up. There are only two issues when I went into the dialogue. First, the ban is not justifiable. Why? Because you do not just ban problems. You must look at the costs and benefits of a new technology as a government. I'm politicizing it. I have no regrets of politicizing it. Right? Say what you want. As a minister, you are supposed to do a cost-benefit analysis. What are the benefits to the society? What are the costs? Cost is actually safety on the footpath. Granted. But can that be mitigated? Yes, it can. Many people, not me, many people actually give me the solutions. Just build more PMD path for them to use. You separate the pedestrian and the PMD and that solves the problem. Isn't it? Why isn't the PAP government not doing it? They are spending billions and billions of jewels, Terminal 5, Tuas, Megaport, but they cannot spend just a few millions on the path. I cannot understand. It's a political will and the vision that you have for Singapore. They keep talking about car light. Right? Want to cut down the usage of cars, public transport, be it the cars. But they are not doing anything. They are not investing in the infrastructure. And PMD, I can tell you, it will get more popular. Because if you can see, the size is very small. It's easy to control. You do not need much steel. Right? And that is where I'm coming from. It is not justified for them to ban the PMDs just because there are accidents. And I agree. Most of the time, the accidents occur because of some inconsiderate users. They are not trained to use the PMDs. Not properly trained. Sometimes it's the pedestrian fraud. Because they walk, they look at their smartphone. They don't pay attention to the roads. But who is more responsible? Bear the most responsible? The government. Because they did not regulate. They did not set the rules. They did not license the riders. Send them for course. Just like drivers, you take a rider license. Pass a theory test as well as the practical. They did not build a path. And that is their responsibility. They are shining away. Now, the second thing I want to bring up during the dialogue was that they claimed that they have a solution for the delivery riders. Give $7 million for them to switch to e-bikes. I can tell you, there's a grant of death. The grant of death. Why? Motorcyclists are licensed cyclists, drivers. They went through the highway code, they took the practical test for probation for 2 years. But yet, in Singapore roads, the fatal accidents for motorcyclists is still very high. And the e-bike is actually a mini motorcycle. You are giving people who have not taken the highway code, who have not taken the rider test, to have an e-bike to run on the roads. I also scared as a driver, I tell you. It is totally irresponsible for the minister for the ministry to do that. Totally irresponsible. Right. I have some proposals, a very comprehensive proposals. Anyone can think about it. I'm not claiming that it's perfect or something great. But this is a normal perm set can do it. Now, the first thing of all, we need to treat all motorized devices who are used on the path, footpath, or the roads as a mini vehicle. And you must pass the law in Parliament to regulate the imports and the sales of these vehicles. This is step number one. There's no two-way about it. What they are doing is, oh, 头痛医头，脚痛医脚. Oh, got problem there, I go and license this, and then I license that. No, that's not the way. You have to start from the right, from the Parliament. Legislative. Make the law. Secondly, you make all the users, riders, who want to buy any PMD devices or any motorized devices to take a highway code specially for that. Not the driver highway code. You have to reconstruct a highway code for these riders. Paper test as well as the rider test. It's just like drivers driving, but it's just to teach people how to maneuver with the devices and be considerate on the road or on the pathway. That's number two. Anyone who wants to buy a PMD have to have that license. This is number two. Number three, the training course can be done by the food delivery company as well as LTA. Because food delivery companies, they are the stakeholders. They need these people to work for them as well. Instead of asking them to come out with $3.5 million to subsidize a grant of death, do this. Get them licensed, get them trained, get them take the test. If they fail, no. Right? Number four, it's just like the drivers like us, we have demerit points. Set a demerit point system for each riders. If they keep speeding, ban them from using. I have no regrets for banning people who are inconsiderate users, right? Because you give a very bad name for PMD riders. Number five, when you use the PMD, when it's on sales, there must be a device that indicates the speed. How many speed? 4 kinds of speed. I will explain why the speed limits are done that way. Now, One of the reasons why accident happens during on the pathway is because of different speed of different users. It's a conflicting speed. PMD can go 10 kilometers per hour, but we walk what? 2 kilometers per hour, 3 kilometers per hour. So there's a differential. When you have a great differential, you sure have crash. That's the reason why accident happens. There's a risk management. So I suggest for the normal pathway, we will set the speed limit to 8 kilometers per hour. Why 8 kilometers per hour? It's a jogger speed. When you jog, you allow joggers on the pathway, right? You jog, it's about 8 kilometers per hour, max. You set the speed for the PMD. It's no different from a jogger who are on the pathway. Right? For certain pathway, like estates with a lot of elders, which we call the silver zone. There are quite a number of silver zones in Singapore. You limit the speed to 5 kilometers per hour. Lower them now. For school zone, you also lower them. 5 kilometers per hour. And places that are very crowded, near shopping center, near public transport hub, MRT or bus terminal, you lower it to 5 kilometers per hour. That is a very systematic way of dealing with the problem, to reduce speed. This is what we call the risk management perspective. Can't the $1 million minister think of it? I don't know, you know. Right now, I really don't know whether they are worth their salt of $1 million pay. But this is the way actually we regulate the users. And due to this 4 speed, there are another 2 speeds, 15 kilometers per hour, 20 kilometers per hour. Why? For the PCM, the park connectors, as well as cyclists, you can go faster, but not faster than 20 kilometers per hour. Because if you go faster than 20 kilometers per hour, you are actually a killer projectile, potentially a killing projectile. You zoom, you hit anybody, the person will die. Because of the weight. Force equals the mass times velocity. Because of mass and the velocity, you can kill people with that speed. Anything above 20. So this is how we actually manage a problem. Right? Not just ban it. That is a lousy, easiest way out. A gundu can do it. Why should we pay $1 million for a gundu to do it? Right? Now, the last important thing, the government must have the political will to invest in the infrastructure. They claim that they have how many kilometers of a cyclist path built and all that. I don't see it. I don't see it in Ang Mo Kio. I don't see it. In fact, someone from Tampines told me that they actually take away the cyclist path instead of building more. Even the new towns, they don't have a cycling path. Or the PNC, they don't have the connectors. PCN, they don't have the connectors. Ultimately, the government must sit down and decide. This is the question I have been asking the ministers. Do you or do you not think that the new technological devices like this are beneficial to a nation like us, a city-state? If you say no, make it clear, ban everything. Don't ask people go and upgrade this PMD to this standard and spend money, after that you ban them. That's not fair. That's actually a very lousy policy makers. If you think it's beneficial, sit down, think through what I have said. A very comprehensive approach to solve the problem. Manage the risk. Not what Lam Pim Min says. Can you have an ideal situation, have 100% no accident? No. I told him no. Even with drivers who are properly trained, with highway code, driving tests, they still have accidents on the road. Do you ban the cars? No, of course not. Right? But we manage the risk. That is a responsible government should do. Not just ban, ban, ban. Because a lot of rice bowl is at stake. A lot of livelihood is at stake. My last point, I hope the PMD riders down here, you don't go and upgrade, take the grant and upgrade to the e-bikes. E-bikes are very, very dangerous. Even as a driver on the road, I have a few near hit of e-bikes. It's not their fault, it's not my fault. Because there are a lot of blind spots. You see the bushes down here? With these bushes down here, with that height, you can't even see the e-bike when you try to make a turn. You zoom past, you hit, that's all. Bye-bye. And besides, someone was telling me that e-bikes cost more than $1,000. Dr. Lam Pim Min was saying that you do not need to come out with money. That's wrong. It costs more than $1,000. $1,000 grant is not enough. It costs more than $1,000 to $2,000. And you have to come up with the money first before you make the claim to the food delivery rider companies. We will try to sit down and talk to the Ministry of Transport. Look, we understand the concern of safety, but the safety of the delivery drivers also safety, right? You cannot just push them to the road. That's exactly what Dr. Lam Pim Min have said in August. So why are you doing now? I hope everybody will support our movement because there are plans to set up a PMD association. Later, I think Andrew will touch on it. We'll set up an association and we try to come out with a self-help plan. We'll propose to the government. There are some people who can take alternative jobs. Yes, we'll help them to get another job. But there are many people who cannot afford to because want to take care of mother, father, want to take care of children, medical condition, physical condition. There are so many issues that we cannot cover everything. And we do believe PMD is good for the society as a whole in the long term. And LTA or the Ministry of Transport have to solve it. I don't have the power to solve it. We don't have the power to solve it. Only the minister have the power to solve it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Goh. Alright, so Sarah wants to deliver a speech, but she has a little bit of stage fright. So she already prepared for me her speech, so I will deliver it out to you. Okay, so with the band, she suggests that we should start by educating pedestrians on proper paths that they should use, as well as how to walk straight, because honestly, they just walk left, right, and everywhere. Okay? Okay, why can't we Singaporeans just share? Say excuse me and thank you. When you are taking over a pedestrian, why can't you just say, sorry, excuse me? When you take over a pedestrian, why can't you just say thank you? Same as the pedestrians. Why do you get so angry when we take over you? We didn't hit you. We didn't do anything wrong. Huh? Okay? So Bani taught me these basic values when I was 5. Also, no one should be entitled to physically or emotionally bully anyone. Riding a PMD has suddenly started to be seen as a crime. I wonder why. Fix it. Do not permit the actions and word of one to harm another. For now, it is only simple pushing, videography and photography. We have seen a lot of our riders out there. They didn't do anything wrong. They followed the speed limit on the path. This is just an advisory period. They still have to earn money. And what are the pedestrians doing? They are taking our videos, posting them online, spreading hate. Is this a right thing to do? Guys, is this the right thing to do? Okay, so please, we don't want this to escalate. Okay, parents should also look out for their own children. Hold their hand or let them walk in front of you so you are able to monitor their safety. Parents also use these mobility devices to send their children to and from school. Money is hard to come by nowadays. How many of you agree with me? It is so hard right now for us to earn an honest living. How many of you have a lot of bills to pay and only have a few $100s left, but that is for your food, for your families? You don't even have the luxury of going on holidays. Where's the furthest you can go? JB? Batam? Correct or not? Correct or not? Everyone? Okay, so I need you to try to imagine how much everyone is saving on transportation expenses because of these mobility devices. I've heard whispers of riding PMDs on the road and highly recommend that the government lift the ban that has been placed on the paths before everyone starts riding on the road. Think of the children. So many more will fall victim and die. I know a man who sent his 2 daughters to school, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. This is the only quality time he can spend with his daughters as he works the night shift. How can that be taken away from a family? Also, walking paths should be split in 2. This will not be as costly as building more paths. All that is needed is a painted line. Pedestrians should be designated the innermost walking path so as to avoid being sandwiched between traffic and the PMDs. I also suggest deploying more LTA officers. Reason for this being our utmost concern currently regarding the scooters' compliancy with LTA regulations. The recent case in Bedok, Chai Chee Street, where a lady passed away due to a scooter accident, was the PMD rider's fault as he was speeding at 50 kilometers per hour, and the scooter was past the designated weight limit. Therefore, instead of compensating us with money to trade in our scooters, use this to hire LTA officers and equip them with PMDs. Roads are out of the question. Riding on the roads have already proven dangerous. Upon request, all riders have just recently changed their mobility devices to comply with the UL 2272 regulation. That was just said, and I must say we did it without much squabble. However, after making us change it, a few months later, it is being banned. This is disregard for pure innocent faith and trust. Complete betrayal after we portrayed such leniency. There are some riders that have gone for the installment scheme for the PMD. $500 down payment with an installment plan of $165 every month for 8 months. How are they going to pay for these installments when they cannot earn? Are we supposed to pay the installment for something that has been restricted for use? The $100 compensation will not even cover a fraction of the cost. Also, would it not be more hazardous to have electric bicycles on the pavements instead? They are bigger and wider due to the pedals. The delivery riders are the ones that are really going to suffer from this ban. All the families that will go through hardship, unable to pay the bills, worst case eviction, or no money to give their children for pocket money for school. Also, there are many of us and not that many job vacancies. Imagine the number of jobless that is going to need financial assistance from the government. The money riders earn from food deliveries will not amount to what that can be made at an average job. Think of some of the older generation that could not afford education or had to drop out of school to support broken families. The ex-convicts who cannot get a decent job anywhere else, or those that need to support family of 3 generations. Singapore did come up with 3-gen thing, remember? This ban is going to take everything away from those with little to accommodate those with more. That is not how you play Robin Hood. Singapore currently houses a population of 5.6 million people, so that it is the amount of people that is going to have to wait 1.5 hours for food delivery again. Remember that. It will not come to 20 minutes anymore. Self-sabotage is not a good look in Singapore. Once e-scooters are off the roads, more motorcycles will have to compensate for the high demand of food delivery orders that is going to be banging on the door. Increase in petrol, increase in global warming. Not many have noticed, but we at least put a dent in that when we bought the scooter. This is humanity's way of advancing. Why stop progress? The e-scooter riders have single-handedly reduced the amount of holes in the sky. So here is our suggestion. An age limit should be set. Metal license plates back and front of the scooters. For those scooters, it would be ideal if scooter shop could only sell it when LTA has approved the scooters. LTA should work closely with the main source, being the scooter shop, set a demerit system for redundant riders, as well as a drive tax exam that must be passed in order to be fully registered. E-scooters have revolutionized our jobs, the way we commute, and basically in our whole everyday lives. Singapore do not take one step forward in the world just to take another 3 steps back. We are progressing towards a smart economy. So why are we banning smart devices, such as our mobility devices? Thank you.
She's next, right? He's next, right? Yeah, the green one. Pass him.
You spoke very well.
Thank you.
My name is Lian. Meng asked me to say a few words. Now, I want to give you some good news. The rain has stopped. So can I ask all of you please to come and take a seat? We need everybody to be closer to the front. Is that all right? So please come forward and fill up the seats over here. And those at the back, please come forward. I think you can't hear me, so I'm going to repeat. Please come forward and take the seat in the front. Okay, I'm not sure whether you can hear me, so I'm going to give you a test. When I say hello, you reply with hi. Okay? Hello? Hello? When I say hi, you reply with hello. Hi. Hi. Hello? Hi. Okay. My name is Lian, and I want to say a few words about this ban. I'm not a PMD rider, but today I want to stand united with PMD riders and speak against the ban on the use of PMD on our footpath. Okay or not? The ban was hasty. It was not the right decision. It was a bad decision. Agree or not? I can't hear. The government has banned the use of PMD on footpath with immediate effect. This has affected 2 groups of users. The first group are the food delivery riders who need PMD for their work. The ban has affected their livelihood. The second group are people who need PMD to get to the bus stop, MRT station, or their place of work. And I also hear parents use PMD to transport their children to school. How many people are affected by this ban? There was a news report that 75,000 owners have registered their e-scooter and paid a registration fee of $20. So it's 750,000. Many of them upgraded to the LU2272 compliant e-scooter, and that costs between $300 to $700. And I hear just now from the previous speaker that many of these scooters were bought on installment. So a lot of money was involved. So many owners are badly affected by the ban. Agree or not? Hello, agree or not? Now, it is unfortunate that the government imposed the ban suddenly without considering the negative impact on large numbers of people who are affected. How many people are affected? More than 100,000. If the government had imposed the ban in the first place, these people would not have spent money to buy the e-scooter, and now they have problem paying their installment. Now we do know that the problem are caused by errant riders who use the PMD at high speed on footpaths. This has caused a few accidents and injuries to pedestrians and in some cases to the riders themselves. We also know that many people have called for measures to keep the footpath safe. So the government responded to this call by imposing a ban. Was that the correct decision? Correct or not? Now let me make a few points, and we look at this issue from the perspective of the riders and the pedestrians. My first point is the PMD is a useful device. The two earlier speakers says it is technology, innovation, very useful for today's use. The PMD is small, it is light, and if it is used at a slow speed, it will not cause many accidents. And even if there is accident, the harm will be not serious. So the most important is the PMD must be used at slow speed, not high speed. That's the most important. It is useful to use the mobility device for food delivery. We must not overlook the benefit of food delivery in giving a livelihood for the delivery riders. several thousand of them, estimated 7,000 people, earn a livelihood from delivering food. We must also think about the customer who has to stay at home to look after children and have the food delivered to their homes. So food delivery not only provide livelihood for the delivery riders, it also provide a benefit to the customers who need the food delivered to their home. Correct or not? So we should find a way for the PMD to be used on footpath without causing harm to pedestrians. What can be done? Earlier this month, I was in Taipei, Taiwan. I stayed 3 days in a mountain resort called Wulai. The roads in that resort were narrow, and the roads were shared by cars, motorcycles, and pedestrians. They were so narrow that when two cars need to pass one another, one car must stop at the side so that the car from the opposite direction can get by. So they are able to share the road by the car users, the motorcyclists, and the pedestrians. I was on the road taking a video with my mobile phone. Beautiful scenery. And then I heard a roar behind me. And then I heard a horn. And a motorcyclist passed me at a very slow speed. And because the motorcycle was having a roar, motorcycle engine roar, I could hear it. And it was traveling at a slow speed. So I suggest that our PMD e-scooter should have a buzzer, so it makes noise, so that when the rider is using the scooter, it should give some noise, so that pedestrians are aware. I also suggest if the speed goes beyond the limit, it should give a loud noise, like a siren, so that the rider themselves become aware that they are exceeding the speed limit. So we can make our path safe if we install this buzzer in all the PMDs, the e-scooters. And we should make this mandatory. And we should make the PMD rider responsible to make sure when they are using the e-scooter that it has a noise to alert pedestrians and that it has a louder noise when they exceed the speed limit. For wide footpath, we should mark two separate paths. This was suggested by the earlier speaker for riders and pedestrians. For narrow path, narrow footpath, we can widen it by removing the grass verge. When I was in Taipei City, and this is in the city itself, I saw their footpath quite wide, and it is used not only for pedestrians, but it's also for cyclists. And the same footpath, they also plant trees and lampposts, but no need to have grass. So they got trees, they got lampposts, it's wide enough for both cyclists and pedestrians. So we can also widen our walkways, footpath, to be used by pedestrians and PMD riders. I also like to suggest that in the HDB and private estates, the side roads, we should limit the speed limit for cars. I've been to other countries and I saw in the small roads, the cars move very slowly. Maybe the speed limit is 20 or 25 kilometers per hour. So if our HDB estate, the side roads, not the main road, but the side roads, and the private housing estate, the side roads, if a speed limit is kept 20 kilometers per hour, it should be possible for the road to be used by e-scooters. And it should be quite safe. So we should therefore look for ways to make it possible for the food delivery people to make a living, to do a good job, to serve the community, and also to make it possible for our footpath and the roads to be safe. Let me address the issue of the errant riders, the irresponsible people who use the PMD at a fast speed. Now, I have seen many food delivery people. I see them because they wear the jacket of the food delivery platform, mostly green, like me today, I wear green. And they also carry a bag. And all the time I met them, they were quite responsible. They were moving at a slow speed. So don't think that all the delivery riders are reckless people. Most of them are quite responsible. They also want to take care of their own safety. But I'm sure there are a few who speed, go beyond the safe limit. Why should these irresponsible people cause problem for the other people who are responsible? So I think I want to call on the government, take action against the irresponsible riders, but do not break the rice bowl of the other people. Do you agree? I suggest that the irresponsible riders who are caught and convicted should be banned. So they should not be allowed to use. But all the other people should continue to use the footpath, but do it safely, within a safe limit. I want to address another problem, and this is the food delivery platform. The Grab Food, the Panda, and the Deliveroo. This platform now give very attractive incentive for delivery people to meet very high number of deliveries. And because of this incentive, some people, some delivery people, speed because they want to do many deliveries to earn the incentive. Now this is bad. So I call on the food delivery platform, provide incentive, but don't go too far. You should know what is the limit for a person to deliver how many deliveries a day without overspeeding, causing problem. So the food delivery platform should moderate their incentive. Yes, you want to give incentive to encourage people to make more deliveries, but don't go beyond the limit. So the food delivery platform should also play their part. I call on the government to review the ban and find other ways to ensure the safety of our footpath without affecting the PMD riders who need to make a living and other users who need to use a PMD to get to their place of work or to bring their children to school. But I also call on the PMD riders to cooperate, to keep to the speed limit, to observe the safety limit, so that our footpaths are safe for children, for senior citizens. So I need to call on the PMD riders, act responsibly, make our footpath safe, share the footpath, as the example I gave in Taiwan. Many people can share the use of this limited facility and be considerate. So if we can have our footpath safe, there is no reason for the government to ban PMDs on the footpath. Okay or not? Hello, okay or not? Okay, thank you. Terima kasih, 谢谢, Nandri.
Okay, everyone, we'll be going for a 20 minutes break. After this, we will gather back here for a Q&A session. Okay, Mr. Goh has got something to say. Hold on, yeah.
20 minutes, everyone's out already. I'm sorry I have to do this because we are shortage of speakers, not drivers. It's not easy for the PMD riders to organize something like this, because they are the underprivileged people, they are socially disadvantaged people. They are afraid. They are very afraid of standing up for themselves, even when their rights are being affected. That's why you don't see many people down here. But there are 7,000 of them out there. Most probably they are busy doing their dues, delivering fruits to earn their money. So, nevertheless, we are here, and I try to urge LTA to actually work with them, or even me, to solve this problem. There are a lot of smart people. They are not stupid people. They know the problems. They are every day on the road, every day on the path. They know exactly what are the problems. Even some of them actually wrote to me. I'm going to read some of them, right, on how they think it can be solved and why they need the PMDs. This is from a mother, right? It says that the cost is cheaper than a car. That's what I said, All right, that's number one. Number two, compared to motorcycle, right? PMDs, some of the PMDs can actually carry 2 kids, but motorcycle can't. Right? And I actually asked her, really, I can carry 2 kids, can you show me or not? She really posted a picture to me. Some PMD can actually carry 2 kids. Right? And public transport during peak hours, just not as a good option to accommodate parents using strollers. That is a concern. These feedbacks are a consolidation from a group of mothers who are using PMDs to carry their babies or the kids around. These are real cases. I make up one. You can see from my Facebook. They are private message me. Right? And the queue to sending kids via road vehicles is too long. That means school bus, or you go by car, it's very long, the queue. Normally you go to school, you know it lines up, the whole street are jammed, right? And parents will not speed and endanger our kids' life as well as other kids. So are they the one who are responsible for all the accident? Of course not. But why are they being penalized? That's what she is saying. No? And of course, they also know that they cannot switch to PAB. PAB is e-bikes, electric bikes, due to safety concerns. It's very, very dangerous, very much dangerous than the PMDs. Right? And number 7, putting many of us in debt because many of us took the installment plan. And now it become a white elephant at home. Number 8, we agree that this PMD is the most cost-effective and convenient option in the long run compared to using other transportation devices. This is from a group of a few hundred mothers who are using PMDs. Right? For some of the location to school has long distance to walk. And we need to reach our workplace in the right time also. Also for workplace. And the number 10 is actually very touching. I am a father, although my daughter is already 16 years old. Right? She said, riding to go together with our kids, be it to school, run errands, or recreational, has bonded us close together as a family with the kids. These are the intangible social benefits that nobody ever think of. That's why when I read this, it's very touching. Parents who really bothers about bonding with their kids, and PMD is one way, riding with them. Right? And we educate our kids how to be aware of their surrounding and our other footpath users and be a better pedestrian when they are riding. Another good point. When you ride with your kids, you educate them right from young. Be considerate to other users. It is a shared space among all of us. 5.7 million, right? We are going to 6.9. And later 10 million people. These are the things that we need to cultivate from young. And not something that you can do by just banning anything that is inconvenient in the short run. Right? And for constructive thoughts, she wrote, extensive education outreach to stakeholders. Stakeholders means pedestrian as well. Please don't look at your smartphone when you walk. Right? You are going bound to crash into a PMD, a person, or a lamppost. Right? We are too used to our smartphone. Right? Can we riders exist to identify which footpath available with at least 2 meters to be converted to share paths immediately? They are willing to work with the authorities, the LTA. A down-up effort to say that why not we work with the LTA and we try to identify within our precinct which are the path is big enough actually to draw out a separate path of a PMD. I like this person because she's not making us against them. It is not about the PMD riders against LTA. It is not about the PMDs riders against other Singaporeans who are against it. They want to work with the authorities. They are not confrontational. So am I. I may speak very loud during the dialogue and shout a bit because I don't have a mic. But please don't mistake that I'm rude. Right? Because it's my passion to see that people see the point. That you are actually affecting a lot of other people who are not guilty, innocent parties of their rice bowl, of their livelihood, just by one single word, ban, immediate effect. That is not the right way of governance. And I always remember Lee Hsien Loong actually copied a catchphrase from me during the 2006 election. I said, I shall not leave anyone behind. My speech was, leave no one behind. And apparently Lee Hsien Loong actually agrees with it. In one of his speeches, I think National Day speeches, he said, leave no one behind. No man behind. But now you are doing something which is leave 7,000 people's rice bowl. Break their rice bowl, you are leaving them behind. And it's ironic that he's saying that, oh, please trust us, PAP, we have not changed. No, Mr. Lee, you have changed. Your party under your father tries to solve problems unless there's no benefits from the issue. But not you. Your new generation of ministers, sorry to say that, cannot make it lah. Now, this feedback also started to say that all riders should go through a test, written test as well as practical test. That's what I think also. It's not a genius type of answers to come out with. I believe the top scholars in the LTA can think about it. Why did not they implement it? Because there will be a lot of administration work. There will be a lot of trouble. There will be a lot of money have to spend in it. But I ask again the fundamental question. Do you believe PMD is good for our society or not? That is fundamental. If you believe it is good, just like when they built the first MRT line, the North-South line, whether it's $6 billion, $8 billion, LKY said, yes, we are going to build it, although it costs a lot of money. But he believes that it's good for us as a nation in the long term. That is the way that you do a cost and benefit analysis and not taking an easier way out. Now, I am not mistaken that some PMDs people actually say Meng is a shit stirrer. I have no regrets to be a shit stirrer. But there must be a shit for me to stir. And who are the shit? It's the wrong policies that are the shit. If I don't stir it, nobody will give a thought about it. Every Singaporean will take a very simplistic view of the ban. Yeah, no good lah. Well, always bang into me, this PMB. Of course, ban lah. But they didn't think whether the government have a part in it. Is it because of the government inaction of regulating and thinking of a formula, a strategy to deal with new technology that caused all the trouble? They never think about that. They just see people ban in other people, or these people must be wrong. But they didn't know it's because of a lack of infrastructure. So we have to win this battle only by convincing the silent majority, so-called, the silent majority. I always tell the PMD riders, the delivery riders, we can only win this battle. First, convince Singaporeans at large that this is not a simple issue that you can just ban away. There are benefits to our society. There are benefits for our underprivileged people to make a decent living with dignity. And you know why I shouted that night? Talking about dignity. I went to Chi Hong Tat MPS. He was talking with a group of 30, 20 delivery riders, Grab riders mostly. And he said, oh, we know your concern, I hear you. Oh, anyone need any help can come to me in the MPS. You know, as a person who have lived off the street, so I said, we have gone through the hardship. Never have I begged anyone for any dollar. Not from the government. And that is dignity. We may play Tom and Jerry with the enforcement because Cao Tei Gu lah, right? But never have we as a family begged for anything. And now you are taking off the fishing rope from these people and ask them, oh, do you need fish from me? And that is what made me very angry that night. Extremely angry. It's an insult. They might be underprivileged, socially disadvantaged. But as far as me, I'm concerned, I see them work very hard. And they have the dignity to earn their own living. Instead of saying, oh, bo pian, I cannot find job. So I go to MPS every time, I take $50 from the MP. No, they didn't. So why would you want to further demoralize these people? To insult them, to take away their dignity by asking such question. And the most insulting part comes to NTUC. Oh, we can give $200 to those who are needy. No, we don't. I don't think you want, right? You want to earn your own living, right? It acts insult to the whole situation. So please don't do it. I beg NTUC, don't ever do it again. Not the MPs, not the ministers. You think that you are trying to help them. No, you are insulting them. And because people up there who have a good life, who have not tasted hunger, thought that $200 is a big thing to these people. It's not about the money. Who want to be a beggar if they can earn their own dough? Even a one-legged person can do deliveries. But you are now making him losing 70% of the orders because he cannot make it. Even a one-legged man has such dignity. So I beg you, the only time I beg PAP is to listen. Don't be arrogant. It's okay to make mistakes. We make mistakes all our lives. But the most important thing is you must learn from your mistake, reflect about it, and make amends to the mistake. It's okay to do a U-turn again, you know. I won't laugh at you. Right? We won't laugh at you. But if we are doing a U-turn to say that, yes, we have made a mistake, we have not taken into much more consideration of other aspects, and we are reviewing the system and trying to come up with a better regulation, better system, ecosystem, or even work with them, work with me to come out with a win-win situation, fine, I give you a crap. Right, will you give them a crap if they do that? Be reasonable. And don't just brush aside everything to say, oh, Goh Meng Seng is trying to politicize the thing, stoke emotions, and all that. No. There is no political points to be made from this issue. I'm losing a lot of fans because of that. Because a lot of opposition supporters also support the ban. They cannot see the issue in clarity. But as I said, heck it. If I don't stand up for them, I lose my conscience. And that is what matters to me. Not the seat in parliament and do nothing. And become a part-time MP, taking $16,000. No, that's not what I want. So I believe some of you are here. Try to spread the message. Talk to people nicely. Convince them the issue is more than banning or not banning. Get their understanding, the sympathy, the empathy. And influence them. Change their mind. Look at things in a more holistic way. The better solution. There are better solutions out there. I'm not the smartest people in Singapore, definitely. In fact, one of the IT guy told me, you can actually control the speed of the PMD by using your handphone. How? This is for the long term. He said, you can set a device on the PMD, connect to your smartphone through Bluetooth. And when you use the PMD, if it's connected, then you can go according to the speed limit set. And with the app inside your smartphone, it can actually control the speed. If you are on this route, this pathway is supposed to be 5 kilometers per hour. You cannot go more than 5 kilometers per hour. The mapping, the zoning, it can be done. These are the creative, innovative solutions that people have provided me. I don't want to take any credit. I can tell you straight, these are from the normal people on the street. Right? And what happens if you don't connect to your smartphone? Then your PMD can only go at the max 5 kilometers per hour. I think it's fair. If you connect to it, then when you are on a path 8 kilometers per hour, then you can go, but you cannot go faster than that. It's controlled by the apps. This is what we call the Internet of Things. PAP have talked big about AI and all that, Internet of Things, but they do not really have any idea how to make use of it. But Singaporeans are very smart. Immediately they come up with a solution to me. This is what we can do in the long run. If you regulate every importers, it's just like what we did with our cars. All the cars must have what? The ERP, the EZ-Link card reader. You can do that for the PMDs. Install a device that you connect to your handphone. Control the speed by the app. Then you have no issue of speeding at all. It is whether about PAP government willing to listen and to take feedback. Innovative, creative solutions are all out there. You just have to have the political will to say, yes, we are going to do it. And lift the ban. Because lives are at stake, rice bowl are at stake. And that is politics. So don't blame me for politicizing it. Thank you. I think while we will have a feedback session. You have any question or anything you want to raise, you can come forward and raise it. But no speech. You're not supposed to give speech. But you can raise questions. Right? I give back to the MC. Hello, Sarah. can two people immediately lah. You don't wait because you wait everyone sound.
Can. Okay, so right now we're here for the Q&A. So anyone got any questions that they want to raise or anything, you can come up to the front. Anybody? Bro, relax, chill. So anyone got any questions that they want to raise regarding the issue? Or anyone who is like die anti-PMD who wants to raise their concerns, please come in front and talk to us lah. Okay, since there's no questions, so, okay, there is a question. Yes.
I don't have a question, but I'd just like to give feedback. Hi, good evening to all our brothers and sisters here. It has been an issue here in Singapore, within our family members, within our neighbors, within our colleagues, within our friends of our sisters and brothers. But as best as we can, we are all Singaporeans. The government authority should resolve this as graciously as possible. Because at the end of the day, we are all Singaporeans, we are all brothers and sisters. You know, we work with each other. Our brothers and sisters bring our food to our offices. We see them every day. They are our neighbors. You know, some of them are our next of kins, friends, relatives. As graciously as we can, we should 真的谢谢你 terima kasih adik-beradik. As best as we can, we should solve this issue as graciously as possible. Because at the end of the day, we are all Singaporeans. We are all brothers and sisters. It's really, really heartening that today's session has been very smooth. It has been very good. And to all our brothers and sisters here, Xiao Mei, Lao Da, 真的谢谢你. We should resolve this issue as graciously as we can, as smoothly as we can, as one family.
You want to help me with the Q&A?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, brothers and sisters. Share ni. Thank you so much. It's Casey Bahadur from the Singapore Writers. Thank you so much. We are all Singaporeans. We should resolve this issue because every one of us goes through financial problem. Every one of us goes through financial issues. Some of us, we lose our jobs, our neighbors. Some of us, we get retrenched. And the same with our brothers and sisters. We should resolve this issue as graciously as one family. We work together. Our brothers and sisters here, PMD riders, I've spoken to Sir here. They should be given a plate number, a license plate number. Speed limit should be controlled. LTA, the Land Transport Authority, should control the speed limit, issue them a license plate number because it's their job, it's their rice bowl, and you cannot break their rice bowl. You cannot. Likewise, if someone takes away your job or fires you, you would feel hurt. And the same here. At the end of the day, if we actually look at the scene, it's not the PMD riders who have caused a lot. That's all. Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks. Thank you so much. Thank you. Terima kasih. Thank you so much.
Okay, bang, you were saying? Brother.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
Okay. Like just now what the gentleman said, we Singaporean brothers and sisters, we treat each other as brothers and sisters, right? Okay, we think we PM riders we positive. Okay, we do make mistake. Okay, but to the PMD haters, they feel the same way like us or not? Okay, that one thing. About the ban. Just now I come late. I don't know whether the sir got talk about this matter. About the PMD, why been banned? Because of the lady, the old lady is sick. She dies. Okay, rest in peace. She's old, but she take bicycle. Why instead take bicycle? Why not take the three wheel? Okay, I control. Okay, now okay, that one thing. Because of that, ban. Okay, now I ask them, the PMD haters. Never mind, I shout, let people all know. Then what about the later yesterday case? The pedestrian, the car hit and die. And what about that? Want to ban the car? Ban lah. Next year, PAP, general election coming. 70,000 PMD riders. Okay.
Okay, Abang, I get. I understand your concern.
No, I got one more thing. One more thing. I got one more issue. This one very seriously. I purchased my PMD on the 21st October. No, that one before ban. Before ban. I go straight away to LTA register. PAP, listen. Listen. After I registered to GrabFood, LTA all complete already. Took 1 week to process the GrabFood. Okay. 1st November, I walk in, register. 1 week process, then successful. That's the procedure. After that, on the 4th, they said on the 5th start. What's the name? Lam Pim Min. Lampa! Kanina way! Hey, I bought that PMD. Hey, use my own money, I purchased by installment, Monthly, I had to pay $110. 12 months, No, how to settle, man? Now, every year, wait. Let me, I got my finger for
Okay, brother. Okay, bang. Relax, we understand. Okay, we are also PMD riders. All the organisers here, we are all PMD riders. Can someone turn on his mic? Let him finish speaking.
Okay. I believe not only me alone. Just now, sir, you mentioned how many people? 7,000 people, right? More than that. Yes, it's true. Okay. I believe not I'm the only one, at this face same problem, Okay, I pay second 2 month already installment. Another 10 months. Let's say if they ban the 10 months, then what am I supposed to do with that thing? At first, your PAP asked to what? To change to UL 2272. Hey, what is this? Circus we changed already, Now, if let's say I ban, then the 10 month installment, who want to pay for me? Correct or not? I believe not only me, face this problem, Many. PAP. Next year, general election coming,
Okay. What's your name?
Muhammad Anjas Asmara.
Muhammad. Okay, you're not the...
Muhammad Anjas Asmara. Muhammad.
Okay. Go.
Yes.
I think he's not the only one, because there's a security guard actually feedback to me. I say, are you a PMD riders or delivery riders? He said, no. He got a good job as a security guard. But he has just paid for a PMD to send the kids to school because the wife have a heart problem. right? Just a heart operation. So she cannot take care of the kids. So he has to take care of the kids. So he bought a PMD just for that purpose, 1,006. But now it become a white elephant overnight. And he said, wow, sir, I cannot sleep at night. Cannot solve the problem. This is what happened when the policy makers have done a rush act in setting a ban without much thinking. Especially after they set the rules, you have to change to this standard, and people go and spend more money to buy it. I think LTA has to respond to that. It is their policy failure. A messy policy failure. There's no way that you can claim innocent from such mess. Right? I know, Abang, I know you are very angry. You are not the only one. Yeah. It's, but chill, because if you keep, Abang, because I keep giving you to speak, then the organizer will get into trouble. You understand, Okay. Okay. So, any more feedback or question that you want the power up there to hear? Anyone? Because we are getting last slide. Yeah. Please, your name, please.
I'm Pamela.
Relax, huh? Relax. Relax.
I'm Pamela. I just want to add to his point. Yeah. Okay, I continue from you. So okay. So for example, now this guy, he already spent like 1,000 something to buy the PMD, right? And then he have installment plans. So he need to pay this 1,000 something already. And now he cannot use his PMD. So now this government come up with this ETG, right? The ETG say got 7 million grant for you to switch to assist food delivery riders to switch to other mode of transport like PAB or bicycle. So PAB can get grant up to 1,000. Bicycle can get grant up to 600, depending on how much is the cost of the bicycle or the PAB that you buy. But this one also very funny because actually all the TNC make it very impossible to get this grant. Okay, firstly, now this guy he already spent $1,000 on the PMD, and now to get this PAB, this ETG grant, you need to buy the PAB or the bicycle. Okay, so now let's say you have to spend another $1,000 to buy the PAB, and after that, then you can claim the $1,000 grant. Never mind, now still sounds all fair and good. Now they tell you, this a lot of condition, now I tell you everything because I go to all the talk session and I understand everything. Okay. Where was I? Okay, so okay, now $1,000. Okay, never mind. You have to buy first, then you claim. Never mind. A lot of TNC. One of the TNC, this new vehicle, right? It must be registered in your name by 31st December. And actually, right now, there is no stocks of all these PAB. So how will you be able to get a PAB and register in your name by 31st December? Now it's only available on pre-order. Many are coming in only in January, February. You can just go and call any retailer and ask also. I'm not making stories. These kind of things very easy to check. And there are just a handful of retailers also. So if it's not available, if it's only available in January, February, it means that you cannot claim this grant, right or not? Because it's after the 31st December. Never mind. Another thing, another TNC. There is only limited to certain models of PAB also. Then yesterday I called Grab. So they told me got 14 models. I met my friend, she told me, oh, got 14 now. That time I heard only got 5. So I don't know. So now he told me 14 models. I asked him what are all the 14 models. Okay, he gave me all the list of 14 models. So still got some PAB is not in this list. So within their 14 models, and you want to have available stock by 31st December, is like very little lah. So definitely it cannot cater for 7,000, and it definitely does not cost 7 million. This is Gong Ho Tia, but in short, this whole ETG is a scam, okay? I will say it is a scam. And why they make ETG? Very easy. Now they one shot kill 3 birds. They settle 3 groups of people. Okay, one group, the obvious one is delivery rider because they make the most noise. Okay, they one stone kill 3 birds are the people that make the most noise one. The one who make the most noise first and got power are the retailers. Okay, the retailers they all have a meeting, and of course they very angry because they have inventory worth like many millions. I forgot the number. It's a very big number in front of the word millions. They have so many millions of stocks. They are damn angry. One retailer, I also spoke to him. Okay, because one retailer I also spoke to him. So they have closed door meeting with them and all right, and they are very bosong. So now they settle with this grant. They settle the retailers. Retailers
sorry,
can sell.
you must
Retailers
go,
can
get to
sell all the now the retailers like
Get to the
business
point.
can bring in the PAB to sell. No, I'm exposing things. Then the second part they kill is of course the delivery rider. That at first they happy, maybe thought, oh, got grant now. Later on, then they find out actually the thing they buy cannot claim. I don't know. They're going to be stuck with another now 1K installment plan or whatever. Then the third group they also kill is the delivery companies lah, because now the delivery companies think, oh, now I can have rider. My rider help them change to other mode of transport. Now they can have delivery. So they like one stone kill 3 birds. But in the end, this stone is all miss the target because as I say, with all the T and C, it's not possible to claim one.
Thank you.
So
Thank you,
it's a scam. Thank you very much.
Thank you. No, I think this is a result of a very rash knee-jerk effect. When you come out, you come out with a so-called solution to another problem, then you get more problems later on. It is not carefully thought through. It's not planned. Right? Just now the Abang Muhammad was telling me why he's so angry is because he registered in 1st of November. And the ban was on the 5th. And he is not eligible to get the grant. And now he's stuck with a installment plan that he cannot pay if it doesn't work. I believe he's not the only one, right? Because of the terms and conditions, just now the lady actually mentioned, because of the terms and conditions, it was so complex. When I read, I also shake head. Why is the terms and condition like that, right? Actually, someone actually messaged me. Initially, they said that second-hand PAB, not eligible. You must buy new one, the blue tag. So people already paid for the second-hand one, and go back the food company, and he said, no, bo pakke, you cannot. After they complain, the reporters go and ask the food delivery companies, then they change and say, okay, can. I mean, why like that? Why they buy a second-hand e-bikes is because the new one are very expensive. It's more than $1,000. And the $1,000 grant cannot cover it. And that is a fact. A lot of people are angry about it. Yeah. So when Dr. Lam Dr. Lam during the dialogue said, oh, you do not come out with any money at all, right? $1,000 can cover. I don't think he know the market price. That's why he speak like that. Or he was misinformed by LTA or the food delivery companies or the suppliers. Wayang. No lah, I won't say wayang. Then he angry with me again. No lah, then he scold me in the public again. I don't want. So I would urge again before we close this session, closing, right? Any more people want to speak?
Auntie, here's something for you to video. We are very sorry if you ever kena langgar on the path. But it's not me that langgar you. You don't know how fast I drive. Okay? Please take fake video of me apologizing. And not of just this angry man in the front. Take video of me apologizing. If ever you kena langgar. Please. Yeah. Because media only look for the bad parts. You all look for the bad parts. You all don't look for the good.
Talking about the medias, I hope all the mainstream medias, whether the Mothership, TOC, Independent, be fair to the PMD riders, be fair to the delivery riders. Majority of them are safe riders. Yeah, do not try to focus on a few bad apples and try to sensationalize the issue. And you make a lot of Singaporeans work against the PMD riders, the delivery riders who are working very hard for their income, their livelihood. I think that is unfair. And I already read a lot of people are actually pushing PMD riders everywhere off the road. I think we do not want these divisive reactions from the public. Be responsible with your reports. Report both sides. There are PMD riders who help old ladies cross the road. There are PMD riders who help young children who fell down, not because of their fault. So do not being sensational. I know it is good to be sensational, to sell your news, but not at the expense of other people's rice bowl. Yeah, don't break their rice bowl. This is all I have to say to the media. Present the whole issue, the whole holistic view of the issue. Right? The single parents, yes, bro. There are many single parents who depends on the PMDs. They have to work, they have to take care of their children. And they need to find enough money to feed the family. I'm still fortunate. When I was young, my two parents, one is taxi driver, one have an option to choose to be an illegal street hawker. But now can you be an illegal street hawker? No lah, the Daegu is faster than you, okay? Last time can, okay? Last time we can be playing Tom and Jerry with Daegu, but not now, right? They do not have any other options. Only as a food delivery riders using PMD. So spare a thought when you write. Be fair to everybody. And do not stoke emotions into other Singaporeans to go against all the riders. Or else we'll have a bigger problem later on. Right? They have their financial pressure. They're committed. You know, $1,000, $1,006 may be a small amount to a lot of people, but to these people, it's a lot of money, you know. It's a lot of money. So don't take things for granted. They may be the one who will deliver food to you, to your doorstep, but you make your orders. Yeah. And by statistics, I read some statistics per year. In terms of percentage, there are more accidents on the road than PMD riders. In terms of percentage. So why would you want to penalize the poor people who is making money out of using PMD? Or those single parents who need a supplementary income as well as taking care of their kids? So I urge you, for the Zao Bao, for the Straits Time, right, it is not about me as Goh Meng Sing. Right? Yeah. It's not about me, you know. It's not about me politicizing the issue. It's about rice bowl. And rice bowl is politics. All right, thank you. I think we can close if no other people want to raise. Wait.
Hey, uh, okay. Sorry, you see, this delivery of food actually is a very, I should say, a certain sort of service to the people. Some people want it at home, and then they pay for it. Now, these people, the delivery boys, sometimes they work in the rain, shine, whatever, just to put some food on the table for or the mother or whatever. I only hope,
Mic test.
I only hope,
Mic test.
I only hope the authority don't take these delivery boys or delivery occupation like the hawker in
Right.
70 or 80 years ago. Just now, Mr. Gold said that no, the hawker last time they go come and then run. Now, you look at the hawker now, and last time 70 or 60 years ago, world of difference. The hawker last time, they really got skill to what? To prepare a nice meal for the customer. Now, I tell you, the big boss got money, they hire those unskilled people and give food to you. Therefore, I want to say that I only hope that the authority don't take the opportunity to increase the cost of this delivery occupation boys or delivery food boys. Why? Because if you increase the cost, the customer got it, and then the government wholesale lah. Therefore, I appeal that we must take this thing seriously in the sense of giving these people a livelihood. Where maybe sometimes, or no, I forgotten. If you don't want to give these people a livelihood, then you give them a good job or a job that they can live on. That's it. Okay, thank you.
Not postman, please,
Hi, I'm Rina. The thing is, the thing that I wanted to highlight is, okay, mostly what they are talking is about the Grab food riders, right? So most of them get this kind of privilege, but how regarding about us, housewife? I have 4 PMDs, okay, 2 for my kids and 2 for us. So where are our privilege?
Yes, Kak, we are here for you also.
Where are our privilege? Okay, those Grab drivers got like $1,000 of changing the PMD. So what about us? We don't have any privilege. We spend a lot of money for this. The reason I bought this PMD is because of bonding, our family bonding. Once I have these PMDs, the bonding is very strong between me and my kids. That is why I buy my PMDs. So what I want is, please uplift the footpath. Give us our privilege. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. I think it's very true. For parents, bonding with the kids are a very important issue. It might not create a GDP figures. It might not create money, but it's precious. It's priceless. Because once the kids are more than 16 years old, like my daughter, you want bonding also cannot. They will run, they have their own friends. But when young, it's a very precious time frame for parents to be bonded with their kids. And these are social goods. Social benefits, intangible, that cannot be replaced by any money. Right? So I believe you don't want the privilege, the grant of $1,000 for you to ride on the road. No. I think what they want is simple. You can make regulation, stricter speed limits. They are okay. They are not there for racing. They are responsible people. But they want a bonding, an opportunity of bonding. And because they cannot afford a car. Not many people can afford 2 cars. One also cannot. Not like what PAP, what one of the minister say, most people have 2 cars. No. That's rubbish. And PMD is their low-income family vehicle. Right? Anyone? Finally, Bang.
Hello. Hi, good evening. My name is Firdaus. Last time I have e-bike. Last 4 years or 3 years ago, I almost had to ban the car. For what to using the e-bike to ban e-scooter to footpath. The same thing. Life only one time. We pity them. I thought myself, Singaporean versus Singaporean. We own fight our own country. I just buy a scooter last 1 month ago. On the spot cash pay. The Mr. Goa. The MP, what's his name? Mr. Lam Pim Min, repeating on the same question. You don't use PND to go to work transport to plan to come food delivery. Before that, I work security at TOS right now to quit to plan my food delivery. Yesterday at night on the 4th November, come out in the news, and next day is banned footpath. I know we are all angry about the footpath to ban. Why not? They want to make PCN on 2025 or 2030. Why not on the year to ban? Not now. We have family or children to pick up the transport, to pick up the school. I feel bad to them. One auntie banned from the Mercedes at the Tampines. Why not the car to ban? Why ban to PMB or PMB? That's all. Thank you.
Hey, sorry, I have an idea like, since our government are so rich, and then we have the pedestrian path, and then got the bicycle and what path. Why don't we make 2? Pedestrian this side, then bicycle and
Don't need, just paint one line.
Hey.
Just paint. That's all. Just paint a line.
paint the line dangerous.
It's cheaper.
Hey, cheaper, but then the government has so much money.
That have been addressed just now. So I hope the authority don't go after those who talk. Because this session is for people to release their steam. Yeah. If you don't let people to release their steam, they will do stupid things later on. Yeah. Right. Let them release their steam. Right. Let them voice out their concern and let the authorities listen to them. These are the real voices from the ground. Right? We are not here to scold people. Don't scold people. Right? We are not here to scold people. Not here to fight any people. Right? We are only giving feedback. And the PMDs, riders are willing to work with LTA to come up with a solution. Resolve the problems. Right? I hope the authorities can seriously consider. And I'm actually considering of forming a PMD community association for this group of people. Yeah, because it's not only about the livelihood, it's about people who needs it for the family. Right? The low-income people who can only afford a PMD, not a car. With a COE already die lah. Walao. PMD is $1,000. COE is what? $30,000. There's a vast difference. It's not even a car yet. Right? No. We don't want COE for PMD. No.
No.
So with that, I think, Shara, anything else?
No, can already. I think we can close now. Okay, so I will close with, if this ban happens and you need to wait 2 hours for your KFC, don't ask us to come back. Thank you very much for coming.
Yes. Okay, before we leave, last thing. Just a reminder what we came here to do, okay?
Can you just say that?
We came here because...
Sir, can you get the forester?
Okay, we came here because the ban is ridiculous. Everyone agrees. Everyone who has a PMD, everyone who has a neighbor who owns a PMD, a friend who owns a PMD, you all can say yourself, the ban is ridiculous. Why? Okay? Us PMD riders, we are also Singaporeans. We are not an enemy or terrorists in our country, but we are being viewed that way right now. Okay? PMD riders, they are also pedestrians when they are not riding. They are also residents in the area where you're living. We are all human beings. Okay? Like I said just now, we are trying to progress to a smart nation. But with the mobility ban, how are we progressing as a smart nation? Like Sarah said, we take 1 step forward, 3 steps back. You want us to ride our PMDs on the park connectors. But are the park connectors ready yet? They are not. Example, where I'm living, I have to push my PMD down to Bishan. That's the nearest park connector. Or I need to push my PMD to Potong Pasir. I have to take a bridge there. I am a part-time student. I am schooling currently at ITE night classes. And I do not like to take the public transport because it's very crowded. And when the bus is late, that's it, you're late for your class. So I go out during my own time. Okay? Right now, usually it will only take me about 30 minutes from Toa Payoh to Ang Mo Kio. Right now, with the current situation, it takes me 1 hour and 50 minutes because I have to push my PMD on the footpath. Is that fair? Is that fair? In Singapore, we pledge. We, the citizens of Singapore, pledge ourselves as one united people, regardless of race, language, or religion, to build a democratic society based on justice and equality, so as to achieve happiness, prosperity, and progress for our nation. Are we following these values that we are pledging? Singaporeans look down on us because what? Correct. But we're not here because of the issue. That's an issue for another day. Okay. So, we as riders, we are being looked down in our own country. People look at us, people think, oh, this one got no education. Some PMD riders, some Grab riders, I ask them, do you have an education? Some of them, yes, they have diplomas. But why are they doing Grab? Sustainability. Sustainability. Correct. Jobs are hard to come by nowadays. Even if you find one, how much can they pay you. Okay, so we're going to close this with, I hope that what we did today can make a change. I will send my resume to you later. Okay. Okay, so we're going to close this with, okay, like this guy said, he works in office. He needs his food to be delivered. Sometimes they have no time to go out for lunch. I know. I have family members who work in office too. Sometimes they're very busy to even go out for lunch. Yes, I understand. And we need people like us to send. If you take 1 hour for the food to come down, anybody want to eat or not? Your food soggy already. Who want to eat? Okay, so we're going to close today. I hope that all those anti-PMD people can try to understand what is it that we are going through. Okay, I understand that right now we don't see each other eye to eye. But hopefully what we did here today will make you somewhat understand the hardships that not just say fellow riders, people who ride to offices. Okay, I work Food Panda downtown before. I know a lot of people ride their e-scooters to go to work. Alright, so let's just hope that we can regulate the PMDs, don't ban them. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.